The Washington Commanders did something that they haven't done in the past 4 years, and they also have done something that they haven't done in 33 years. They won their 11th game of the season in historic fashion, exciting fashion. Before we talk about it, let me introduce my good friend, Mr. Felix Trammell from Fox Sports Radio. Big overtime win. This team's going to the playoffs.
I think you said it right. Not just going to the playoffs, but 11 wins. That hasn't happened since 1991. I mean, that's big. That shows that this team is way ahead schedule, that they got a good collection of guys in the locker room, and that's showing the results on the field.
Absolutely. But you know what? Number 5, Jaden Daniels, the rookie quarterback. He's obviously going to be the NFL Rookie of the Year. Sure. But these type of performances, Felix, make you an MVP candidate. And he put this team on his back today. We haven't seen that in Washington on the offensive side of the ball in a long time, where a guy literally said, you know what, screw everything, put this game on my shoulders, and I'm going to bring us to the promised land.
I don't think Washington's ever had that. They were always a team thing that the Joe Gibbs teams are always like, it was the sum was greater than the parts. But now, 5 is that guy. I mean, just flat out say it, he is that guy. There's very few of them walking around, and you saw the moment where he said, I'm going to win this game. Yeah. And Washington hasn't had that forever. And so you running out of superlatives to say. I mean, Rookie of the Year, that's clinch. That's a moot point. But MVP, that's a future MVP of this league if he plays at this level. And that's something Washington hasn't had since, Mark Mosley?
Yeah, since Mark Mosley, a field goal kicker. And you have to go back to, 1982 for that?
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, to see what he's doing at this rate, I mean, tonight, it wasn't just through the air where he had 3 touchdown passes. He did have the 1 interception, but yet again, another game over 220 yards. And then, as far as the running, over 100 yards. Yeah. So he's showing you that I'm going to beat you anyway. Tonight, he broke RG3's rookie NFL rushing record. And I mind you, he did that playing pretty much 2 less games, because the Panthers game he played 1 drive, and he hasn't played next week yet.
Well, that's true, but RG also didn't play the Cleveland game, so he didn't in 15.
That's true.
So I got an argument with a couple fans. I wasn't saying RG3 was better. I was just saying he did it in 15 games,
right,
while Jaden's did it in 16. He did have that 1 drive at Carolina where he got hurt on that big run.
Yeah.
But that doesn't diminish the fact that what he's achieved, and it's not that RG3, the read option, running that. Now, he did a little bit more of that tonight, but his scrambling ability is getting first downs. It's converting long drives. It's impressive. So I think fans can take heed in that, like, wow, this guy is different. Like, he's not running to be a running back. He's running to move the offense, and that's what he does.
Yeah, and it's almost like he doesn't have to make the home run. I mean, he's picking up first downs. He's getting 15, 20 yards, gliding, and getting out of bounds safely. But he took some hits later in the game today, but that was sheer will. And as you said earlier, we haven't seen a player here in a long time, if not ever. And I've been making this argument with a lot of the old-timers. Washington's never had a franchise quarterback. You may have to go back to Sammy Ball. They've had some good ones, but I mean a guy that was drafted, developed, and played pretty much his whole career in burgundy and gold. Jaden Daniels has a chance to be a first for this franchise in a lot of things.
That's true. And, I mean, you're right. Sammy Ball was the last franchise quarterback that this team had. Because, like I said earlier, the Joe Gibbs teams, they all had 3 different starting quarterbacks in those Super Bowls. Like Sonny Jurgensen, he was an Eagle. He was here.
Yeah,
and like,
exactly.
They were never our guy. But I think Jaden is Washington's guy. And that's something that other teams have had plenty of. Or, like you look at a team like Green Bay, they've had Brett Favre, they've had Aaron Rodgers.
Now Jordan Love.
Now Jordan Love. Washington's been starving for something like that, and they finally get it. And Jaden, who we just saw his press conference, is an amazingly humble kid.
Yeah. I mean, he gave all the credit to God, everything, and he thanked the fan base, and he said he's still learning everything. This is all new to him.
I'm excited. I'm happy. The fan base waited a long time for this. I really can't put into words, how much it means to them and how much it means to me. Be able to go out there and lead this franchise and this team to opportunities like that.
See what he's doing is incredible. When you look ahead, this game was important not just for the 11th win, not just for the playoff clinching victory, but now because of Green Bay's loss, this team is in the 6th seed. All they have to do is win next week in Dallas, and they've actually moved ahead of Green Bay. And that helps because it kind of avoids you going to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Now they have a chance to maybe go to L.A. or Tampa.
Yeah. Or Atlanta.
Or Atlanta.
Because
Yeah,
Atlanta
exactly.
can still
Atlanta
win.
can still win it.
So I think that's big. 7-2 at home. I mean, think of that. 7 wins at home. Like, that's something that was unheard of here, but they finished 7-2. So whatever you want to say, that they struggled, they fought. Atlanta was fighting for a lot because Tampa Bay put the fire to their neck when winning today. Atlanta had to win. So they came out for broken, did a good job. But Washington just slowly, methodically took over, played their game, and won the game at the end.
Folks, this was a good one. This was one that we were waiting for. I was wanting to see Washington get that 11th win, get the playoff victory. The playoff spot. And they also did this. Put this in perspective before we wrap up. 11 wins. Do you understand the previous 2 seasons they won 12 games collectively? I mean, this is amazing stuff here. What's going on?
It is. They're ahead of schedule, and they put Philadelphia on notice that they're here. And with the flux of the other 2 in the division, Washington is in good position for a long period of time.
Yeah, they have the number 1 position covered for a long time, folks. So here at Northwest Stadium, where we witnessed a historic game for the Washington Commanders under their new regime, new coach, new GM, new owner, new quarterback, and it looks like all 4 of those people are going to be here for a long time, wreaking havoc in the NFL. So right here from Northwest Stadium, Lake Lewis and Felix Trammell.